This is the Netherlands. At first glance, it doesn't seem like a country that should consistently rank among the best in the world. It's small, remarkably flat, and home to just over 18 million people. It has no vast oil reserves like Norway or Saudi Arabia, no enormous domestic market like the United States, and no military or political influence comparable to the world's superpowers. On paper, there is very little that suggests the Netherlands should be one of the most successful countries on Earth. And yet, year after year, it appears near the top of global rankings for quality of life, innovation, healthcare, infrastructure, education, economic competitiveness, and overall happiness. While many countries become known for a single advantage, the Netherlands performs remarkably well across almost every category that defines modern life. So how did such a small country manage to outperform nations many times its size? The answer has very little to do with natural resources, and almost everything to do with the systems the Dutch have spent centuries building. The story begins with geography. Much of the Netherlands lies below sea level, meaning large parts of the country simply wouldn't exist without constant engineering. For centuries, the Dutch have fought against the sea, building dikes, canals, pumping stations, and some of the most advanced water management systems ever created. But over time, this challenge shaped something much bigger than the landscape. It created a culture where long-term planning, cooperation, and solving complex problems became essential for survival. Instead of adapting to nature, the Dutch learned how to redesign it. Every flood became a lesson, every engineering project became an investment in the future, and over generations, that mentality spread far beyond water management. Today, planning ahead isn't simply part of Dutch engineering, it's part of Dutch society. You can see this philosophy almost everywhere. The Netherlands isn't trying to impress the world with the tallest skyscrapers or the largest cities. Instead, it focuses on making everyday life work as smoothly as possible. Public transport is reliable, government services are highly digital, roads and cycling infrastructure are carefully integrated, and neighborhoods are designed to be practical rather than simply impressive. Many of these systems are so efficient that people barely notice them, and that's exactly the point. The best infrastructure isn't the one people constantly talk about, it's the one they never have to think about because it simply works. Whether it's catching a train, visiting a doctor, paying taxes, or cycling across the city, the experience feels predictable, efficient, and uncomplicated. Another reason the Netherlands performs so well is something that cannot be measured by buildings or GDP alone: trust. In many countries, governments assume citizens will try to avoid the rules, businesses expect customers to exploit the system, and people often distrust public institutions. The Dutch approach is different. Public institutions are built around the assumption that most people will act responsibly. Employers generally trust employees, and citizens tend to trust the institutions around them. That trust reduces bureaucracy, lowers costs, and allows systems to operate more efficiently. The same philosophy extends into the economy. Despite its relatively small size, the Netherlands has one of Europe's strongest and most diversified economies. Rotterdam is home to the largest port in Europe, while Amsterdam has become one of the continent's leading centers for finance, technology, and international business. Rather than relying on one dominant industry, the country has built strength across logistics, engineering, agriculture, advanced manufacturing, finance, renewable energy, and high technology. Instead of chasing rapid growth in a single sector, the Dutch created an economy designed to remain competitive for decades. Perhaps the most surprising example of Dutch innovation is agriculture. The Netherlands is one of the smallest countries in Europe, yet it has become one of the world's largest exporters of agricultural products. The explanation isn't larger farms or more land, it is technology. Highly automated greenhouses, precision farming, robotics, artificial intelligence, and decades of scientific research allow Dutch farmers to produce extraordinary amounts of food using remarkably little space. Instead of competing through quantity, the Netherlands competes through efficiency and innovation, proving that knowledge can often be more valuable than natural resources. The same philosophy shapes Dutch cities. Unlike many places built around cars, cities in the Netherlands are built around people. Cycling is not simply a cultural tradition, it is one of the country's most efficient transportation systems. Thousands of kilometers of protected bicycle lanes connect homes, schools, offices, parks, and train stations, making bicycles a faster option than cars for many daily trips. Public spaces are designed to encourage people to stay rather than simply pass through them, while neighborhoods combine housing, shops, cafes, schools, and green spaces within walking distance. Instead of forcing people to adapt to the city, Dutch cities are designed to adapt to the people who live in them. The result is not only cleaner and quieter streets, but also cities that consistently rank among the most livable anywhere in the world. This balance is reflected in the way people work as well. The Netherlands consistently ranks among the world's best countries for work-life balance. Success is important, but working longer hours is rarely viewed as a measure of greater ambition. Flexible schedules, part-time employment, generous parental leave, and strong labor protections allow people to build successful careers without sacrificing family life or personal well-being. Productivity is judged by results rather than the number of hours spent sitting at a desk, creating a culture where efficiency matters more than constant busyness. The goal isn't to work as much as possible, it's to work well enough that life outside the office still has room to exist. Education follows the same principles. Dutch schools and universities place a strong emphasis on independent thinking, collaboration, and practical problem solving instead of memorization alone. Students are encouraged to ask questions, challenge ideas, and develop skills that prepare them for real-world challenges. Combined with consistent investment in research and innovation, this approach has helped create one of Europe's most competitive and highly skilled workforces. Of course, the Netherlands isn't without its problems. Housing has become increasingly expensive, especially in cities like Amsterdam and Utrecht. High taxes, limited space, an ongoing housing shortage, and growing population pressure continue to create significant challenges, while the country's famously gray and rainy weather isn't for everyone. Like every successful country, the Netherlands faces difficult trade-offs and problems that cannot be solved overnight. But despite those challenges, the Netherlands continues to rank among the best countries in the world. Perhaps that's because the Dutch never tried to become the biggest or the most powerful. Instead, they focused on building systems that make everyday life better. And maybe that's the real reason for their success, not because they have more than everyone else, but because they make better use of what they have.